live on the internet with Karl Hinkley of Nowear BMX. Hi, Karl.
Hi, Brant.
We've been
Hi,
chatting.
everybody.
Yeah, we've been chatting a little bit about how our days have been going. So let's give people the rundown on Cornhucket and what they need to know because it is happening in how many days?
It is happening in 10 days, and what they need to know is they need to go. Like, you don't want to. This is 10 years, Brant.
Yep,
10 years.
that's a big deal.
10th Cornhucket. And it's going to be bigger than ever. We've got so many new additions and so much to do and so many cool people coming. Like, you don't want to miss this event.
I wholeheartedly agree, and based on the ones that I've been to and just last year alone, it's an amazing event that is worth going to.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so what can we look forward to? What's going to make people, if they're on the fence, decide to come to Cornhucket?
So, I think the simplest way I can put it is go to a jam where you are most likely going to have the time of your life while you're helping an amazing cause. Because here's the thing, there's events everywhere, and I love supporting any event. All events are fun. But this event in particular, when you come, when you give your donation at the gate to ride, when you buy Cornhucket shirts, when you buy concessions, all that money goes to help fund a year-round free indoor place for anybody and everybody to enjoy. So I think that's the coolest part. Like, I don't know for any events that the money then goes directly toward helping everyone in the sport.
Yeah.
That's my big selling point.
That was your elevator pitch.
Help kids, help riders, like.
And what okay, so people can feel good for helping other people, but what do they get out of it for coming to Cornhucket?
They get live music from a couple of the best punk rock bands ever, the Killigans, Top Notch Defective, like two of the best bands. Like, not just because I know the guys, which makes me a little biased. They are seriously so damn badass. Like, if you're a rocker, and if you're not a rocker, you'll become a rocker after watching these guys, because they're absolutely amazing. Have the best burgers in your life. We have our local farmer that he comes here every year. You've had his burgers.
Crave.
They are his cattle, local farmer. It's farm to table style food. Like, eat the best burgers you can while listening to live music and running around enjoying a multitude of awesome BMX things with people from all over the world that travel here just to ride together. Like,
yeah, I fully agree. Crave is good enough that it is part of our deal for me filming Cornhucket every year. That at least last year it was part of it, and it is this year now.
It's this year too. Your burgers, of course, are on me.
Yeah, so they're fantastic. And one thing too that I'll add to this that I know you would have gotten to eventually is that, like Swamp Fest, there's a lot of different things to ride that can be ridden at any time. But the cool thing about Cornhucket is that because you have this forever, this is your property, these things are more spread out. So, like, you can go and ride the trails, which is like, 100 yards from this other thing that you could be riding. So the people are so spread out whenever you're here that you can literally ride and, like, be in a totally different area from an entirely different, like 4 different sessions that are going on at the same time.
I think that's such a good point, because, like, I remember being a kid and being nervous when you go to a big contest and you'd be there with like 4 of your buddies and we're like, we don't really want to take a run. Like, the big guys are going, we're nervous. You don't have to feel like that here.
Yep.
Like,
if you feel like that, you go somewhere else.
And you can be like, hey, let's go ride the trails while they're riding the vert wall, or let's go ride the indoor park, or like, yeah, absolutely. You can find your own spot where you guys can feel comfortable and still enjoy what the event has to offer. Like, it's so friendly to everybody. That's one of my favorite things, and I love hearing that from people. Every year we hear countless people say, best event ever, I had the time of my life. And that means the world to us. We know we're doing something right by hearing that.
Absolutely. And it's at this point in this conversation that I just want to acknowledge some of the awesome people who are here with us, because they're going to be at Cornhucket. At least a few of them are. Noah Hutspotka's in here.
Noah plays in Saturday. Lord, I miss you, Noah. I can't wait for you to get here.
Yeah, that dude has one of the most energetic personalities. So he's in the chat. Dustin Reese.
I think he questionably did the highest air on the 30-foot mega wall last year. Like, he's crazy.
He very well could have. Dustin Reese is hanging out in here.
I love you, Dustin. I can't wait for you and Sandy to get here. You guys are awesome.
What day are they getting in?
Dreadlocks for life.
What day are they getting in?
I don't know.
Oh, Dustin, let us know. Travis K. He's a longtime viewer of the channel. He's going to be there.
Yes, Travis. Can't wait to have you, bud.
He should be camping, I think, Friday night.
Nice.
We got Hank, a.k.a. Barry Hughes.
Yes. He called me the other day, and before he even said a word, I go, if you don't talk to me in Hank Hill voice, I'm hanging up. He got in, and we all started dying laughing. He does the best Hank Hill there is.
That is amazing. Then, obviously, Huck Karinsky with the 99-cent super sticker hot dog is in the chat.
Family, I can't wait to see you guys. I love you guys so much.
But aside from that, there's a bunch of other rad people in here. Jeff Mead, I saw that he's unfortunately not going to make it, but Jeff is amazing, as you know.
Jeff, you have to promise you're going to make it to at least the compound soon to spend some time with me, man. I'd be honored.
Yeah, absolutely. Then Alexander Fenning, I don't know if he's going to be there or not. Jason Taylor, DFLJ, user 9000, Taco Slurpees in the chat. Chris Bikes from Vegas. He would love to be there, but don't think he can be there this year. Kevin Jackson. Dat Kid Zero was in this chat like hours ago, leaving messages. So there's a lot of people who are stoked about this. Travis K said first jam too. I mean, what better? Literally, how could you ring in a jam? Wow. He had a question. And this will be very relevant to anyone who's considering coming too. Is there a schedule for the events, or is it more free-flowing?
No, we schedule it every time because there's so much going on. We got to kind of keep things rolling.
Right.
We haven't come out with the band and jam schedule yet, but my wife and I will do that this week, and we will post it on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So you'll kind of know how the day rolls. Typically, no matter what, you can roll in Thursday night, you can roll in Friday night, you can camp, you can enjoy the stuff before everything happens, but we typically start things at noon that Saturday.
There you go. So it will have structure, and and it has to. I mean, you do too many events to not have structure to it. What's his face? Dustin Reese said, I'm shooting for Thursday evening.
Heck.
Yeah, super excited. So yeah, I mean, what all events do we have to look for? Oh, wait a minute. Before we even get that far, you poured the the flatland area this week.
Yes, we did. And I got to give a big thank you right now to Reclamation Bikes. Like, this would not have happened without them. And a big thank you to Dave Norrie that helped push for that. Dave Norrie will be here putting on a flatland demo. I mean, who doesn't like to watch Dave? Dave is amazing. Like,
Dave just riding his bike is a flatland demo.
It is. It is. It's crazy, growing up, seeing him in magazines and him being like a hero to him being one of my good friends now. Like, here's a flatland pad for you, Dave. Come out and do a demo for us. Like, that's one of those things. But so we have it's right behind me. You can't see it right now, but it's a 40 by 40 pad. I spoke with James McGraw about how he wanted it poured, and I told my concrete guy, and it's there, and it is beautiful, and I cannot wait to see everybody enjoy it and break it in.
Yeah, it's super exciting for that segment of things, because ever since the year where the building was empty and people could ride flatland, I think that really blew it up to where everybody's excited.
It was I'm gonna say a lot of that was Matt Berenger, because you have people that ride flatland, and Matt rides some flatland, but he's not known as a flatland guy.
Yeah.
But because he enjoys every part of BMX, he was out there doing his handlebar rides, where he up, and it got tons of people stoked that weren't necessarily into flatland, and they're like, oh, we can play too. And I think it did spark a buzz for flatland, and I was excited to kind of see that, because I myself am a horrible flatland.
Me too.
And I could not appreciate it anymore, though. I think it is the coolest damn thing ever.
Yeah.
And I could watch it all day. So to have one here in my yard, and to be able to watch people play on it, dude, the stoke level is high for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, you have given just with that, and I can't even say you, because like Reclamation helped with it too. Just the fact that that exists, because it's on your property and people have helped make it happen, has like given a destination for someone to stop if they're driving across the country who rides flatland.
Yep, 100%. That's cool, because we definitely already had that for like ramp people. I mean, we get a different out-of-town person every couple weeks. We just had a dude traveling through from Vancouver to his girlfriend's place in Pennsylvania. And I guess we met him at Toronto Jam years ago, but he was like, I was going through Nebraska, so better hit the compound. And he did, and it was a blast having him. And I love that we're that destination path in the middle of the country, right off Interstate 80, that people can come, they can camp a night, hang out, ride, kind of get that refresher before they hit the road again.
You almost need like a billboard on 80 5 miles before you turn off, so that people who don't know and are just driving across the country, like, oh, say they're going, from the Midwest to California or something, and they drive, and they're just driving, it's freaking 2:00 in the morning, and they see BMX free indoor park, and they're like hit the brakes, like, what was that real? Did I just see that? Pretty funny.
I think you're right, buddy.
I mean, what do we got there? What is this?
This is the Cornhucket tees. Poor boy Steve did these. So you got we did a little different than we ever have. We've never done like a small front, full back.
Mm-hmm.
And be stoked. We limited run on these, so get here early. We only ordered 100 t-shirts. So when they're gone, they're gone.
Put a medium aside for me.
Medium. I already took the medium. Sorry.
Damn it. No, I'll be there Thursday. So.
In 99 extra smalls, we figured we had to get a couple different sizes.
Well, it is the roaring 20s. The emo is coming back, so I think I could squeeze in extra small. No, I'll be there Thursday anyways, so I'm not worried about it. Either way, though, what else do we have? I mean, we kind of have like done tours, so if people want to watch the tour on my channel, all you got to do is type in like Nowear BMX Tour, and yeah, it was in the snow, but you get the gist of what all is available and ready to ride. Let's...
We've had more since then, you know that. So.
Well, let's overwhelm people real quick with all their options, because you could just run through the list of everything that will be rideable at Cornhucket.
So, I'll try not to stay too long in any one piece, so keep your mind kind of like. So you got Dean's Drop, where you can jump off a semi. That's super cool. Heading down to the 30-foot stupid big mega wall we added last year. And this year it'll be more dialed in, since it's had a season to we've had to figure it out. But this time we're going to add this. We've got this super long kicker ramp. So you'll be able to dive down Dean's Drop, and if you want, you'll be able to jump like 30 feet into a ravine before you hit the 30-foot wall, which will make it that much more epic and fun. On to the next. So we'll get out of that. Our trails are going to be obnoxiously bigger than they've ever been. We have put so much dirt in there, and Mason, lives here on site, so Mason has been working like nonstop on the trails, along with our buddy Joaquin from Colorado, who's just going to go ahead and stay till Cornhucket to make sure the trails are dialed in.
Okay.
We'll be here Saturday to help prep them. So get ready for a trail jam. That's one of the jams. We haven't done a trail jam in like 5 years, and we want our trails to be just absolutely amazing. And there will be kid side too, so know that you got your pro set, and you also got a kids set, so everybody can enjoy the trails.
And the kids side are tabletops, just so that, yeah.
Correct. And if you move right outside the trails, we've got our mega ramps.
Did you say mega
megas,
ramps? Did you say ramps with an S?
Well, yeah. So we got our really big one, we got our medium one, and then we've got our like smaller-ish one that has a lot of pop.
Yeah.
So those are, and we've repainted them, resurfaced them. They're going to be super dialed, a lot of fun. And then if you get out of that section, we have our 30-foot handrail that is like buried in the ground, so the street guys can go play on the 30-foot rail. That's super fun. Our outdoor is been haggard over the years, but it's still doable and it still gives you some fun. So that'll be still meal piece going. And then world's biggest bars, we got those attached to the barn, so you can go and have a session on the world's biggest handlebars that are set up like a sub rail, sub deck, that kind of thing. And we've added another wedge this year, Brant, to the right side.
Oh, cool.
So if somebody's crazy enough, and I mean, they can blast over the bars, wall ride our barn, come in either way, or nobody's done this yet, somebody could wall ride across the whole thing, which would be pretty cool.
That'll happen.
Then there's an indoor skate park in that little barn, which you've played on.
Yep.
Super fun. And then if you're so inclined, Sean Burns inspired from when he was here, we built an area that you can actually drop in that 30-foot barn roof and ride off our shed and jump into our driveway.
And it has been done.
Alec Rutherford did that. Anthony Pirelli did that.
Yep.
Then we move on to the Big Dog, our giant indoor building that has our full indoor skate park, and with the addition this year, our pump track. So nobody's got to see the pump track yet because that was all plain concrete last year. And now there's pump track in there. And I'm working 12, 14, 16 hours a day nonstop so that this baby is going to be dialed in and super smooth. I will tell you that we rode it last night, and it is one of the smoothest and most fun things I have ever ridden in my entire life. Like, it is epic. Lines for days, ideas just popping everywhere. This thing is incredible. It's super fun.
Jeez, that's not even all of it yet either. Well,
no, there's more. My brain blanks.
Well, you've also, are you doing up the corner, King's Corner?
I'm probably not messing with that. People are always welcome. Like, it was dead that one year that Austin Augie showed up and decided to go ahead and start prepping that. So he was down there for 4 or 5 hours prepping it. Then Bronson cleared the tree off of it. So
yeah,
I mean, you never know, something could go on down there. But that's definitely a camping spot. We cleared out a lot more camping area than we did last year. So
nice.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was like a lot.
It's a good time.
There's so many options. So many options. Man, so we got a day of events and riding, and you can literally be riding an area with like a few other people if you're willing to, move around the entire day, or you can watch events, or you can camp and hang out and ride Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there's just a lot to this event for basically anyone.
Yeah, definitely anyone. That's the biggest thing I want to stress. And I want to say, I know you and I talked about this before, but so that it's a sealed deal, is we finally got Dan Butler's international tickets booked last weekend. So he's staying 2 weeks with us to do some filming and stuff. He will be here for Cornhucket. So if anybody watches Disabled Dan on YouTube and you watch his viral videos of all his crazy flipping smaller than he should and double flipping everything that he shouldn't, Uh,
Yeah.
You get to meet Dan and hang out with him. Like, we are so stoked that he is going to be here.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. And I hate that this is untimely, but Chucky just came in the chat saying he's absolutely heartbroken he won't be there. And watching this makes him want to cry.
California fires right now, and he has to stay home and watch the house. So I totally understand. I love you, Chucky, so much. Chucky makes it out here twice a year, like religiously, so he'll be here in spirit.
Absolutely.
But brighter note, like, we didn't get to see a lot of our Canadian friends for a while with the borders being closed, and Kara, everybody loves Kara. We get to see Kara again. We haven't seen Kara in like 4 years, so we're so excited that Kara's going to be here. All the girls love Kara. Everybody loves Kara. So,
so speaking of just the crazy list of people who are going to be here, who else is going to be here?
Oh no, I know we got a couple people from Vegas. This kid Bryce that came out this year for his first time, super cool kid. He's coming again. Let's see. I don't know. You did this to me last time.
Sorry.
And I'm like on the spot, can't remember. And then we got off the phone, and I'm like, oh yeah, those people are coming.
Is Behringer coming?
What's that?
Behringer?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I'll text him when we get done with this phone call and poke at him a little bit and see.
Cool.
So one I'm really excited about that there's a very, very good chance coming is Mike Kaiser. And I don't know if you know who Mike Kaiser is. But
I know you've told me about him.
Mike Kaiser ran my favorite skate park of all time, the Pit, in Rockford, Illinois.
Yeah.
And he was always one of the guys I looked up to. And Mike is, as long as he got work off approved, he's riding his motorcycle down here to hang out with us. And Mike rode for Trek. He used to do all these shows, and he was just one of the coolest and nicest human beings you've ever met. And he was somebody a lot of kids looked up to, and to be able to hang out with him at our jam is going to be epic.
Yeah, that's rad to hear. It's exciting. Yep. Hopefully it pans out.
Yep.
I just had a really funny thing in the chat come across. Said, I just realized I was playing skee ball next to you at the fair today.
Me or you?
Me. I was at the fair today and I played skee ball. This kid.
That's funny.
How small of a world. Welcome to the chat, Connor.
We just did the Nebraska State Fair. We got back from like a week ago, and it was 11 days straight of 4 shows a day.
Yeah.
And you definitely realize quick how small the world is.
Right.
Which coincidentally, we got back and Catfish hit me up because they were doing school shows going through, and they were short a rider and looking for somebody, so I gave them Sam, and Catfish hit me up afterwards and told me how much he enjoyed Sam, and now Sam's in KC doing more shows with them.
Good.
So that was super cool.
Good.
Put those together.
Yeah, that's awesome. Another thing we haven't talked about yet is the fact that, you kind of build a bike shop.
Oh, yeah. So it's only been kind of publicly talked about through your last video.
Oh.
So if you come out here, people have seen it. If you haven't, I have not been posting about it because I want Cornhucket to kind of be the unveiling. And we're in the middle of stocking inventory, and we've got some orders in from some of my favorite companies already. We got a big stock of Animal. The group just sent me a bunch of stuff from Deco. We got Profile coming next week. Got a bunch of stuff from Full Factory, from Sunday, Odyssey, all that stuff. We got our Shadow stuff in. Like, it's looking pretty decent, man. We got quite a bit of inventory in already, and I'm excited. Helmets, all that kind of stuff. Like,
awesome.
We're a full-fledged bike shop on site. Love it.
Awesome. I can't wait for everybody. Don't say it. I can't wait for everyone to see the name.
Yeah, I know. I won't. Yep.
That's going to be exciting.
A billet aluminum sign right now, and it'll be out front, and it's going to be sick.
That is going to be pretty friggin' exciting. When people roll in, they're like, oh my God, it just makes so much sense.
Speaking of Scuba Steve, you've met Scuba. He's one of the smartest guys I know, and he always comes up with cool ideas. Brant, you'd be so stoked. He is making a ton of his bike parts, and they will be here for people to see at at Cornhucket. So we're gonna see some groundbreaking stuff Scuba Steve is making. So
Cool.
very cool to see the first steps of companies.
Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's going to be an amazing weekend.
Oh my God! Sorry, not to interrupt you. Talk about cool people. Frickin' John Courts is gonna be here. Like,
holy heck!
boom!
It's like Cornhucket's like the gift that keeps on giving.
It is a gift that keeps John is coming and delivering 50 more frames for me, and we are gonna have a great inventory of frames. But the coolest part is that John's delivering them, and it'll be the first time he gets to be here at the compound. So if you want to hang out with one of the best frame builders around, same guy that makes Dustin and Trevor's frames, like Tech Bikeco stuff, it's amazing.
And to add to that,
so
we have to add to that too for anyone who doesn't know who John is. John welded at FBM for years and years and years. So like if you ever rode a FBM frame, there's like I think it was like a 30% chance that John welded it.
Yep.
So that's pretty amazing. I'm halfway bummed that means you're not going to be back out here to pick up frames again this year. But there's always next year. I live in Ohio.
We'll be happy to hear though is it's been 5 years of working tirelessly, fundraising and building and everything to get this building done. It will be completed and done by the end of this year. And next year, whoops, I got to hit my, whoop, what did I do?
You're here. You're still here.
Next year, we are going back to taking some team trips and hitting cruise control mode. So I will see you plenty, brother.
You're going to get to finally ride the trails, maybe?
Videos, and so I won't have to build and fundraise all the time. So
awesome.
Enjoy the fruits of the labor. So
word.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that because we are rainy dayed out for a trail session here.
Yes. App Creek, right?
Yes.
I owe you one, and I wanted to ride that so bad last time we were there. I guess the weather screwed us.
Yeah, it happens. We're going to make the first jump in the uphill line at tabletop too by that time.
Yep.
So anybody who doesn't feel comfortable will be comfortable.
More people. I get to see Stoney again.
Yeah, Stoney's in the chat. He's going to be there.
I have not seen Stoney in so long, and talk about one of my favorite human beings. Like, that dude's getting the biggest hug that could ever be received from one man to another man. Like, I miss that dude. He is awesome.
He's bringing Scotty Z, if you know that name.
Is that I think that's an Indiana cat. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure Scotty's an Indiana dude and rides street and is badass as hell. Anybody Stoney knows is pretty damn cool. So,
right, Stoney knows a lot of really cool people.
Dude, Stoney.
Put it that way.
And Noah, dude, I can't this morning. My day started off with I have to pick it little bits at a time because I'm busy. So when I'm doing my breakfast and pooping, I'm on my Grant Moore YouTube, and I'm still continuing the you and Casey and Noah conversation. That is a really good conversation. I'm like 2/3 through it. I cannot freaking wait to see Noah, man. And I would love to hang out with Casey sometime. But what a great, if you haven't watched that on Grant's channel, go watch that. It's really good. It's really entertaining, really informational. And I can't wait to see Noah, man. That guy makes me laugh so hard I don't know what to do.
Noah is the funniest person I know. Put it that way. Like, straight up the funniest.
We were talking about that the other day, you and I.
Yeah, just amazing. And the thing you were talking about is BMX After Dark.
Yes.
That is the inaugural episode of that. And then last night, Noah and I did the inaugural episode of BMX This Evening. Yeah. So, we did a really good overview of why everybody should come to Cornhucket.
I feel like it.
Is there anything else we may have forgotten? Like, is there anything that someone might ask you that is obvious that you could say now to save them from having to?
People always ask about camping.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest things they always ask about camping. Look, here's the deal. I don't care what time you guys show up. We'll have signs. If you're showing up like Friday night or something like that, there'll be a sign that says, camp this way. So basically, but yes, you're welcome to camp. You come a couple days early if you want to help out. Like Tim Hankins, which I hope he gets his bus fixed again, but he always comes several days early just to help out with last minute stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are welcome to do that. If you want this place to yourself and just mess around a little bit while you're helping out, feel free to come and stay the next day. Sunday session, as you know, Brant, is always super fun. We do a little bit of cleaning up together, and then we just go, 10 to 30 of us in different little areas just filming that next day, having fun, and kind of then re-grilling out again and just having those conversations about how much fun we had and just bull crapping and dude, it's so I love that. Is my daughter always says this, and it's super cool. She goes, Dad, my favorite time in the entire world is Cornhucket gets over, epic shit was thrown down everywhere, and we're standing around a campfire reminiscing about the day and the good times we had. She goes, that is my favorite moment in the world. And the fact that my 19-year-old daughter says that, that's speaking volumes about the event we're putting on.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's that's what BMX is at its core, is the event or the thing that brought everybody together, and then us, sometimes it's going out to eat, or sometimes it's hanging out, where at the same place that the event happened afterwards, or whatever it might be, where everybody's just talking, or even the drive home in the car with whoever you went to the event with, talking about all of the things that you were excited about the event. And your speech that you do every year before Cornhucket hits on that very well.
Well, I appreciate that, bud. And I will then, before we get off, give that little piece I always like to give, that if anybody is listening, this is my heart on my sleeve as I say this. In life, BMX, or anywhere you're going outside of BMX, anything in life, everybody makes little circles because that makes them feel comfortable. And I always say, let's not make a circle, because when you have a circle, there's other people that feel outside the circle. If you're a beginner kid, if you're a female that's trying to get into BMX, if you're anything that you might feel is awkward or not part of anything, Cornhucket makes everybody feel welcome. They make everybody feel like they're special and a part of something. We're not about exclusive here. We're about inclusive.
Yep.
Make everybody feel good.
And a testament to that is that I can confidently say that if you are at Cornhucket and you're alone, in an area, somebody's gonna come and talk to you. Someone's gonna recognize that and hey, you need somebody to hang out with. That's what's gonna happen, because that's just the environment that it is.
Yep. If you're sitting on a 4-foot ramp and you're like, I'm kind of nervous about dropping in, you're gonna have 3 people come up and go, hey, let us show you how to do that. That's We're not about being cool guys here. We're about having the best time we can for everyone that's here and making really cool friends.
Yep. So on that note, if you have any more questions, you can find Karl on Instagram at Nowear BMX. He checks his DMs every 30 seconds. So everyone hit him all at once.
Based on that, because I'm probably screwing in more bolt corners, guys. But I will check him at least once a day.
I'm just messing with him. But yeah, he's on Google. All you got to do to get there is type in Nowear BMX onto your iPhone maps, your Google Maps, whatever. It comes up and it brings you there. And that's it. We better see all of you there. I'm going to have my, what?
Have a wedding scheduled. Just let whoever wedding party or your fiance or everybody know that Cornhucket's more important, and then this is where you have to be.
Huh? There you go. And I'll be there. Let's have a whole bunch of people from here come and hang out and be like a meetup, and it'll be a good time.
Yep. Come hang out with us. We're all friends. We love everybody.
Yes. So on that note, everyone, be it Cornhucket or be square.
Corn.
Huck it. Thanks for tuning in, and good night.
Thanks, Brant. You rock.
We're out.